What's going on, guys? TTL here. Today I'm going to be going over my top 5 MLB plays for July 2nd, 2023. Happy July, guys. Independence Day coming soon, 4th of July. Do want to say I did take off yesterday. I apologize. Just had some stuff going on. Wasn't able to stream or make a video yesterday, but we're back. Shouldn't miss more than 2 or 3 total uploads this entire month. So let's have another great month today. And I've got to tell you, I love this MLB slate. This board looks phenomenal. And I can tell you, I personally believe 3 out of 5 of these picks that I'm going to give you today are going to get bumped. Possibly 4 out of 5 or even 5 out of 5. These plays are just way undervalued right now. I see them getting bumped pretty early. So make sure as soon as you see this video, first, hit that like button. Second, rush to PrizePicks. Get those picks in. Third, leave that comment saying, hey bro, love the picks. I'll see you when they hit. And then come back after they all hit and be like, bro, I'm joining the VIP. You just killed it. All right. If you're interested in the VIP, though, it's $20 a month. I send my complete PrizePicks, Underdog, and Sleeper slips over there. I have sportsbook bets every single day. VIP only live streams, watch parties, VIP only chat, VIP only giveaways. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I'm giving away like $500 a week right now in there, which is just absurd. So, I mean, I would definitely get in there while you can. I'm giving away at least $250 a week. I've been doing hella giveaways in there. So, make sure you guys are interested. If you're interested, you go join up. And I'll see you guys in the Discord. And finally, let's get into the picks. Sorry that took so long, fellas. But first off, we have Trevor Williams with Washington versus the Phillies. I have him going over 3.5 strikeouts today. We can see he's went over in 4 of his last 5 matchups. The only time he stayed under was versus the Marlins, where he got 2. When we take a look at MLB stats, strikeouts per game, we can see that versus the Phillies, they are 24th out of 30th, averaging over 9 strikeouts per game on the season, averaging right around 8 strikeouts per game over their last 3. Again, his line's 3.5. I see him getting at minimum 4 pretty easily. I believe that this gets bumped to 4, maybe even 4.5 though. I do believe that gets bumped quite a bit. We're going to go to our partner, Outlier.bet, and we're going to click on props on this left-hand side. Go down to strikeouts. And again, if you guys are interested in this, click my link in the description. You get 7 days free if you click my link. And I mean, it's an amazing tool to research your props. But we'll scroll down until we see our boy. Where's he at? I may have missed him. I'm sorry. We'll just search him up. I might be blind. Who knows? Trevor Williams over 3.5. Minus 122, minus 137. Around decent odds for this prop. We'll take a look. Over his last 5, he's hit it in 4 out of his last 5. Last 10, he's hit in 7 of his last 10. The 3 times he's missed, he went up against the Mets, who are phenomenal about not striking out. He went against the Dodgers, where he got 3, and they lost 1-6 that game, by the way. So he probably gave up quite a few runs and got pulled. And then he went against the Marlins, who are also really good at not striking out. The Mets are 4th, Marlins are 7th, and then we had the Dodgers, who are 19th, but they did hit. They had 6 runs, so that would make sense. He went with 6. He got 6 strikeouts versus the Phillies. His last time versus the Phillies, which was around a month ago. Definitely love this pick. I'm locking it in with a ton of confidence. Highly recommend you do as well. This is going to get bumped to 4. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, this is getting bumped to 4. Similar to Garrett Whitlock, I believe that this is going to get bumped to 5 as well. He is versus Toronto, who are, I believe, 7th. They're 6th in the league for minimum strikeouts. They average 8 strikeouts per game on the season, averaging around 8 over their last 3. And last game, they actually had 12 strikeouts. But even with an 8 strikeout average, he only needs 5 to cash this line. He's cashed this in 5 straight games versus good teams as well. He cashed this versus Tampa Bay, the Yankees. He cashed this versus the Marlins. And now the Twins and the Rockies, they both strike out hella. So, I mean, I can't really say much about those. But versus those 3 good teams of the Rays, Yankees, and the Marlins, he still went over. We'll take a look at him right here. Garrett Whitlock. Over 4.5 strikeouts, minus 122, minus 140, minus 143 on some sports books. We can see he's hitting 5 of his last 5. He's hitting 8 of his last 10. The 2 times he didn't go over were versus the Diamondbacks and versus the Brewers. No idea what happened this Brewers game. I'll have to do a little bit more research, but versus Arizona, he got 4, which is very close, and they are 3rd on least amount of strikeouts per game. But we can see, I mean, he's just been killing. He's getting at minimum 5, like on most of these games. So I absolutely love it, and I'm locking this one in with confidence as well. Again, I believe this gets bumped up to 5 strikeouts. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I love this board so much. You can ask anyone in VIP if you're in Discord. I play like 3 or 4 prize pick slips, pretty much max per day. I have like 9 slips running today, like all kinds of variations. I have like 2 or 3 5 picks. I have a 6. Like, it's crazy. I love this board. Like, I love this board. Next, I have Jordan Montgomery over 4.5 strikeouts versus the Yankees. We can take a look. The Yankees are 8th on the list. They average 8 strikeouts per game. I will say recently they've been doing really well at not striking out. They're averaging around 4 strikeouts over their last 3, 4, or 5. But I do believe they return to that form of 8 strikeouts per game. Montgomery has gone over this in 5 of his last 5 games, all 5 of them. He went over versus the Nationals, who are currently number 1 on least amount of strikeouts. He went over versus the Astros, who are 5th. And then he went against 3 bad teams, the Giants, the Reds, and the Pirates. Not saying bad teams as in the teams are bad. Giants fans, Reds fans, Pirates fans, don't come at me. I love you guys. The Pirates have won me a ton of money lately. I've taken their money lines at like plus 150. But they strike out a lot. So with that being said, he has went up against 2 of the best teams in the league, top 5 teams, recently, and got 6 strikeouts. I don't think he's going to have problems versus the Yankees. We can take a look. Over 4.5 strikeouts is around minus 120 odds. Again, he's went over in 7 of his last 10. He's went over in all 5 of his last 5. He's also went over in 14 of his last 20. Of course, this is including a lot of 2022 data as well. But for 2023, he's went over in 69% of his games. It's only 5 strikeouts. I highly think that he gets this. The only times he stayed under this number this entire season was versus Toronto, who is a top team, the Diamondbacks, who are a top team, Cleveland, who are a top team, and then he had a bad game versus the Reds, where he got 4, and he had a bad game versus the Cubs, where he gave up. Well, he didn't give up, but there were 10 runs given, so he probably got pulled that game. Absolutely love this pick. Again, I think this one gets bumped, and it looks like one of the projections were just taken off. I apologize, guys. That happens. It looks like Garrett Whitlock is going to get bumped to 5 right there. That's what happens if you're not in VIP, though. I do apologize, guys. You're not going to be able to get that pick. But let's rush through these last ones, these last 2, so we can give them to you. I will say right now, Garrett Whitlock will be back up. He will be at 5 strikeouts. Take it. There's some push potential. I still love that pick. Take it at 5. Take the over. I love Garrett Cole over 6.5. We see this today versus the Cardinals. He's went over in 3 straight games, including one against the Mets. The Cardinals strike out a lot. They are 12th out of 30th. They're averaging 8 strikeouts per game. They struck out 10 times last game. His line's 6.5. We'll take a look at Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is one of the GOATs. Over 6.5 is around minus 135 odds on average. Over his last 5, he's hitting 3 of his last 5. 3 straight games as well. Over his last 10, he has struggled against some good teams. Against the Rays, he got 6. He gave up 8 runs versus the Yankees. Oh, I apologize. Against the Rays again. I apologize. I don't know why I said Yankees. He gave up 5 runs. Toronto, he only got 6 again. He stays close to this number, though. In 3 of these, he got 6. The Dodgers, he got 5. Baltimore, he got 2. I believe these are unlucky games. He didn't start this season off too hot. You can see, like, he had some very good games and then some just piss-poor games where he didn't do well at all. And then he has quite a few games where he got around that 6 or 7 strikeout mark. I believe he goes for 8 or 9 today. The odds show that as well, especially versus the Cardinals. And I am taking this over with confidence. And then my last play of the day is Tony Gonsolin over 4. We can see he's versus the Royals today. He's went over in 3 of his last 5. The only times he hasn't gone over in his last 5 are versus Washington and Houston, who again are ranked 1st and 5th for least amount of strikeouts per game. We can take a look at Tony Gonsolin over here. Over 4.5 is plus odds, but we can use alt lines. Over 3.5 is minus 230 odds to at least push this line. Again, he's gone over or pushed in 6 of his last 10 and in 3 of his last 5. He's gone over or pushed in 55% on the season. And I believe with his recency bias, he's been killing it over his last 5. I think he goes over here. Again, the only times he hasn't went over out of his last 6 games, he's went 4 for 6, 2 of them versus the Washington and then Houston, where he stayed under. So I do love this pick. I believe this probably won't get bumped up. This is like the one pick that I think doesn't get bumped up from these free picks. I think 4 is a good number for him. It's 3.5 on Sleeper if you would rather take it there. But the rest obviously are going to get bumped up. Whitlock is already bumped. So again, make sure you get these guys in fast, guys. They're going to get bumped, I'm telling you. So get these in, hit that like button, leave a comment when you tell, and go join VIP, guys, so you don't have to get the bumps like Whitlock just now. I'll see you guys in the Discord.